Okay, so this is actually pretty intuitive and pretty easy, really. I figured this out in about less than 2 minutes, really. All you have to do is move about these tiles so that all the red gems are connected to all the red gems and all the green gems are connected to all the green gems. It's pretty self-explanatory. You can move these about on any tile except for the 3 dark tiles. You can't put anything on there for some reason. But like I said, if you play around with this, it'll come to you pretty easily. But I really don't have much to say other than that, except for this question. Why is it that everybody in London, from the mad scientists to the secretaries, why does everybody keep their valuables in puzzle boxes? Seriously, hasn't anyone ever heard of a simple combination lock? Yeah!
It's really very clever. Little Jenny is astonishing.
Not really. Miss Jenny, let's get married! Never mind the consequences. Your father will have to accept the fact that we are in love. Think about the baby. Don't forget that I love you, I love you, I love you, love you, love you, love you, love you, love you, love you. And I wrote you a poem! Jenny Patterson, your heart pounds, mine weighs a ton. I love knows no bounds. It just goes on and on. I was inspired by the great Chinese poets to write it. Be courageous, my honey bun. You're Frankie. Ha.
A letter from Brighton to Jenny. Barely literate.
Apparently, Jenny is carrying Brighton's child, and it seems that Jenny's father, the director, is unaware of this.
Blackmail! Service shift. Basement guard. Easy enough.
Here is the famous guard duty list. Interesting.
I'm just glad I don't have to use the guard duty list to try to work out whose walker is whose. I like having them all nicely numbered. Jenny Patterson, Frank Bitten, a single heart, 2 souls, and eternal love.
A locket, sealing the relation between Jenny and Warden Brighton. Decidedly, this boy is not a great poet.
Seems to be everything. Alright. Let's go see if we can steal a pen. Hello.
We have found the guard duty cards, miss. If you like, I can go and discreetly give them to the guards.
Oh, thank you. You've got me out of a lot of trouble, Mr. Holmes.
Alright, so how do I get a pen? I need to sub out this pen, because I can't give the guy his own pen. That'd be bad. Really bad.
Sorry, Mr. Holmes, you can't go into the basement for the moment.
For what reason?
The door has locked itself automatically. You must enter a new security code.
Do it, then.
Miss Patterson hasn't put up the guard duty list yet. Without that information, we don't know who's authorised to take note of the...
Alright.
So Mackenzie is locked in the high security zone.
Yes, but don't worry about him. He's trained for this sort of dysfunction.
Why not ask the director to take note of the code and open the door?
He isn't allowed to, and I doubt
I got
he
the
would
thing
run
right
risk
here,
of going
man.
against the orders of the administration centre. Anyway, the bars in the high security section are joined to the alarm system, which is in that room. We only need to sound it to unblock, but you see we can't do that now.
We'll try to find the duty list, Warden James.
Here you go.
We have found Chief Warden James's duty list.
Good. Thank you, Mr. Holmes. Let's see. O'Sullivan, it's you who takes over from Mackenzie. Take note of the code, please, and unblock the door.
At once, Chief.
So why do we need to do that?
Ah, Mr. Holmes, could I ask you for a favour?
Please do.
I think I can say on behalf of all the staff that we would be honoured if you would care to write something in our guest book.
With pleasure, O'Sullivan.
This seems oddly contrived. What are we going to do here with the poison pen? Okay.
You seem worn out, O'Sullivan. A good night's sleep would do you good.
A good night's sleep would do me good. You're right, Mr. Holmes.
Is something worrying you?
As you know, Westgate Prison will soon be demolished. and I'm spending most of my nights studying for my exam to join the police. You understand, I have to think about my future. So sleep isn't a priority at the moment.
That seems kind of silly.
Scotland Yard is always looking for young, competent and motivated men. Would a letter of recommendation from me allow you to get some sleep?
What? A letter from Mr. Sherlock Holmes, recommending me for Scotland Yard? Are you quite serious?
Completely serious, my young friend. May I use this writing paper? The one on your desk.
Wow, we are just poisoning the fuck out of this guy.
1,000 thanks, Mr. Holmes. 1,000 thanks.
It is addressed to Inspector Baines, a good friend of mine. There's no need to remind you that it must be opened only by the person to whom it is addressed.
Yes, of course.
You're going to poison him.
I'll give it to him personally. Thank you again, Mr. Holmes.
What the fuck is Holmes playing at? Please tell me he's not this stupid.
At your service, Mr. Holmes.
Is he trying to poison Baines?
The guards must spend long hours here.
Seriously, what the fuck is going on around here? He's not gonna use up all of the pen.
Ward.
He's seriously not gonna use up all the pen, though, to get it out. I mean...
Well...
Okay, pen... Can't believe I'm giving him this guy's pen. This is bad.
Well...
Your pen.
You have what you wanted. Your precious pen.
You seem annoyed, Mr. Holmes. I would even go so far as to say terribly worried.
Why should you care, Mr. Shielman? Let's talk about that poison.
I am not talking about you in the grip of natural emotions found in ordinary people who are confronted by the inexplicable. But as for Mr. Holmes, you are embarrassed, aren't you? Are you hiding something?
That is enough, Shielman.
You have kept your word. Therefore, I will keep mine.
Holmes
at this
embarrassed?
moment. The poison which so interests you isn't finished yet. Its maker is encountering great difficulties in attaining the desired results.
What is the end result?
Now, Mr. Holmes, the end result of any science, as Descartes once said, to become the master and owner of nature.
This is what we don't talk to Germans.
Here we are talking about human nature, of course. And the creator's problem isn't so much the mixture as the durability of his creation.
Durability?
What do you mean?
You see, this poison was made using rare but very volatile short-living compounds, which means that it is only possible to produce small quantities, which most importantly do not keep for a long time. Conceiving such a product in a laboratory especially built for the purpose could be achieved by any good chemist. But recopying this alcohol on another scale and keeping it ready at any moment, observing the particular conservation and storing conditions that a substance of this type requires, well, that would need a genius.
Okay. I follow.
I doubt if the creator of this mixture would be capable.
And you would be, of course.
Of course.
Luckily, you are going to spend the rest of your life in prison.
Luck is cyclical. It always comes around again, sooner or later. As far as I am concerned, I have the feeling that the cycle is going to be very short.
Mouth flaps everywhere.
Holmes, it sounds to me as though this Shielman is implying that an escape attempt will be made.
Yes, we must go and warn the director.
You just gave him the means of escape, you idiot. Oh my god. And we've now poisoned the only guy who's been on our team. And the guest book. This just seems like all kinds of stupid.
It
It is out of the question that your bastard is named Patterson. Very well. You refuse to reveal the father to me? Well, then go and join him. I'm not stopping you.
Today on General Maximum Security Prison.
Director, you will have to postpone this small family reunion. We believe that a serious scheme is afoot. We must act without delay.
You're not thinking of...
Yes. Shielman's words leave no room for doubt. It seems that he is planning an escape attempt. We strongly advise you to search his cell.
Do you really believe that he's hiding something? Because I must make an official report and have a legitimate reason for doing a search.
Director, if this prison is still in operation, it is solely because of its reputation. Think of the consequences of an escape. It would be closed at once. And what post do you imagine would be offered to the person deemed responsible?
You're right. No one will escape from Westgate under Patterson. I will order an immediate search of Mr. Shielman's cell.
Okay, so what the hell is Holmes playing at?
Chief Warden James reporting. The search of prisoner Hans Shillman's cell has been carried out. No suspicious items were found.
Thank you, Chief James. I feel better now. Without wishing to offend you, Mr. Holmes, I am glad that you were mistaken.
If I'm not mistaken, we've nothing more to do here. Shall we go, Holmes?
There's just one more thing for me to see, Watson.
What's that?
Mr. Holmes, sorry to interrupt you, but Miss Jenny wishes to see you alone. She's waiting for you in her office.
This, Watson.
How did you know?
Because
Wait for
I'm
me in the
magic,
garden.
damn it!
I won't be long.
No, thanks, game. I really need to see that scene of them leaving. How else would I know?
What an extraordinary gentleman that Sherlock Holmes is. You must have had lots of adventures with him.
Oh, yes, dozens.
Thought he was infallible. But there wasn't anything out of the way in the rat killer's cell. Could he have been mistaken?
I must admit...
Warden Brighton, in my office immediately. That's an order.
Oh boy.
The director seems furious.
I like to
Yes.
state the obvious.
Must be important for him to order Brighton to leave his post.
I wouldn't want to be in his shoes.
Did you hear that?
The people in Whitechapel heard that!
I heard Finch shout like that.
But why doesn't O'Sullivan sound the alarm?
Follow me, Mackenzie. Let's go and have a look.
Oh boy.
I'll come with you.
No, Dr. Watson, you're not allowed in. Wait for me here.
If I'm not back in 2 days,
Very well.
send a search party and a pot of tea. Get the gun.
Hey, but... the grill is blocked, Chief.
We've been locked in. And that smoke, it's coming from below.
Damn it, I warned him about that
Sullivan!
3-pack-a-day habit of his.
Can you hear us?
Sully, are you alive?
No!
Answer us, Sully.
What's going on? Can I help you?
Sound the alarm in the guards room. That should unblock the door. Be quick. O'Sullivan might be in danger.
Oh boy. You control Dr. Watson. Okay, guards room. This one right here? Isn't this?
It doesn't.
Okay, what the hell's going on here in here? I think I better save. I don't think I can actually lose these games, but still. Okay. Actually, now looks like a really good time to stop for a minute. So we will take a quick break. Okay, I'm back. Let's see.
It doesn't work.
That does not work. Okay, but I believe he said do it. Excuse me. In the guards. Excuse me. Ugh. Said do it in the guards room. This is the guards room, right? There's not doing something right here. This thing here.
Locked.
Locked. Alright, so let me... I don't quite get... Ding. These guys are dying from poison, I can't figure out what the fuck I'm supposed to do here. No. Let me have a look here at this, the alarm in the guards room. Oh, where is the guard's room here?
I must sound.
I must sound the alarm.
The door is locked, and I can hear shouting and crying. We're in the middle of some family drama, so there's no chance of them hearing me.
I'm just going to talk to myself to let me know this.
I must...
How?
There is...
What do I have? I have all my items, even though I've changed characters. Electricity? Really? Oh, well, yeah.
O'Sullivan! Can you hear me? O'Sullivan, answer me!
Yes, I'm here. Quick, get me out of here. The Flints have escaped, and they are fighting like dogs. Help!
It's a catastrophe.
Yeah, that's O'Sullivan.
Locked.
Yeah. This was like so many bad ideas. Why did we do this? Playing card.
It doesn't... Hey, what are you waiting for to sound the alarm, Doctor? It's impossible. It's been...
There we go.
I'll run and warn the director.
No, Doctor, our priority is to save O'Sullivan. Go ahead through the visitors' corridor and see if he answers your call.
Very well.
Take the keys, they're in our room.
Alright, so that's what I had to do. I was trying to figure out some way to turn it on. Key.
I've got the keys, Doctor. Thank you.
I'm not German!
Watson. We must repair the alarm.
Finally. There you are, Holmes.
I'm going to turn on the system.
What in
Watson,
the
you make sure of the
fuck?
contact.
I hope that this isn't dangerous.
What the fuck? What the fuck am I doing? What is this? What is this? What? Really, what is this? What am I doing? What? What the fuck?
It works.
Perfect.
That was really weird!
It's open. Let's go down.
Be careful. From what your colleague said, the Flints are out.
We are trained for this sort of situation. And we're armed.
No, you're just
Come
alarmed.
and help us, Watson.
That was a really weird kind of puzzle. I've never seen something like that in one of these games before.
Everything is back to normal. Thank you for your help, gentlemen.
It was a pleasure.
But where is O'Sullivan?
He's no longer here. He must have gone out through the visitors' entrance.
Yes, and he must be pleased to have gotten out of the basement.
Good. We must now check all the cells. It's the procedure in case of an alarm.
We'll come and help you.
You are evidently fond of wasting time, my dear fellow. Rejoin me at the reception when you've finished.
Shh! Alright. He's there. He's there. Let's go see that the guard is now taking the place of the dude.
The grate is open.
Alarm!
He's fine where he is, under the cover, still.
How can he sleep with all this noise?
I'll admit it's not normal. Perhaps the smoke has poisoned him. I had better take a look.
Be careful, Doctor. He is dangerous.
No, he's not. Yo, dude, what's up? Gasp!
O'Sullivan!
It's impossible. He was with us only a few moments ago. Or else...
Or else it wasn't O'Sullivan.
None of you
My
checked?
God, he's escaped. The rat killer has escaped.
No shit, Sherlock. Or... Warden. This is so many levels of stupid.
Ah, Holmes, there you are. Hans has escaped. I fear that this inquiry is a bitter defeat for us.
Not at all, my dear fellow. Quite the contrary. Follow me.
Huh? After a clue has been examined, its icon will turn green.
Why the devil have you brought me behind the prison?
We have an appointment, Watson.
You control Dr. Watson. Alright.
Look who is waiting for us.
Shielman! I'll go back and alert the guards.
Calm down. He's harmless.
What?
But what is he doing here? Why hasn't he run away?
Because I asked him not to.
Are you telling me that you helped him to escape?
Quite so, as he wouldn't have been able to do so alone.
But how? And why? He's a dangerous madman. Holmes, you've made me an accomplice in this escape. You owe me some explanation.
And you will have them. But my priority for the moment is to remove our new friend to a safe place. I won't be long, but I must go alone. I'll rejoin you later. Just give me your next destination.
Very well. I suppose you know what you're doing.
How
Really?
could you doubt it? Here, take the notes. They will help you when you write up the account of our visit to Westgate. So, where do I find you?
Whitechapel or Kensington? Prison break! Alright. Well, let's see. Whitechapel will take me to look for the guy. Let's see. Due to the broken fingers, I'm easy enough. Let's hit up Kensington.
I thought of going to Kensington to find the bishop's nephew.
Very well. Wait for me there.
Holmes' notes regarding the way that he helped to escape are extraordinary, that I feel it would be better transcribed word for word the conversation that we had afterwards regarding the matter. I feel the impatience in my friend's look. However, he delayed relaying me the details of this incredible achievement. He began telling me about Hans Sherman's fountain pen. This is what he said. The key to the escape was actually the fountain pen. I discovered the note inside Sherman's locker, and I can quote it from memory. Whoever is smart enough to open this case, you should know that a couple drops of my masterpiece are mixed in with the ink inside the pen's reservoir. If you are reading this note, it means that I am in a tight spot, so I understand that my special ink will temporarily destroy the will of anyone who touches it. Therefore, you have a few precious seconds during which you can shape the subject's will. Cool. If you recognize my genius, use this knowledge to get me out of this embarrassing situation that I am undoubtedly in. Sherman had left... Shielman had left the instrument for his future escape inside the case secured by a devious combination, one which really anybody with a penknife could have figured out. That way he could ensure that none of the prison staff would find it, other than a well-informed friend. Understanding this, I decided to play along with him, but with a double game of my own. I would help him escape, but I would also keep him under control by using his own creation on him. I allowed Shielman to commence the game by giving him his pen, and then I started to advance my pawns. My first move was to persuade the director that it was necessary to search the cell. I therefore passed the ball in Shielman's court by giving him the opportunity with Warden James. He did not waste it. He coated the bars of his cell with a poisoned ink, and Warden James, whose hands were contaminated, was under the control for a few seconds. He discreetly and quietly simply ordered James to give him the keys. The ball was then back in my court. I now had to find a way of neutralizing Warden O'Sullivan, who is to be the basement guard, as we discovered when we found Miss Pearson's duty sheet. I must admit that the young warden helped me enormously by asking me to sign the prisoner's visitor's book. Absorbed in the tale, I went over the chronology of events. I always mispronounce that word, I'm sorry. Of events in my mind. I remarked that Holmes had already signed the visitor's book before giving Shielman his pen. He replied in the most annoyed tone, "Exactly, I anticipated it. And it was because of that I managed to get a step ahead of my game with Shielman. I was leading the race, and all the while he believed it to be the other way around. Shielman did not suspect that I already used his poison. And I thought that O'Sullivan, being asleep, was a godsend. He therefore was not suspicious about the letter of reference that he found inside the warden's pocket. Holmes then returned to the point at which he had broken from his tale to point out to me the lack of pertinence to my remark. And it doesn't go down any further than that. Point. Oh, continued. But do not put the cart before the horse, Watson. Do let me continue. So by merely touching the fresh ink on the page of the visitor's book, O'Sullivan was under my control. I suggested a state of advanced drowsiness, but ordered him not to do anything immediately, just sufficient for him to be unable to resist a siesta during his guard duty. Later, after the changing of the guard, Shielman used the keys to let himself out of his cell. He hit the sleeping O'Sullivan over the head and exchanged his prison uniform for the warden's. He then created a smokescreen using the ingredients that I had given him. Sugar from Mrs. Burston's tea tray, Burston's bicarbonation of soda, potassium nitrate from the guard's room, and sulfur in it from a few matches. He used the keys, again, to free the Flint brothers. The two ruffians leapt at each other's throats and made a very Dickens of a noise. Why couldn't they just read this out instead of having to make me read it out to you guys? He had the diversion he needed to leave the high security area, and that is the moment where you entered the game, Watson. Thinking you were helping out O'Sullivan, you allowed Hans access to the bars and throwing him the keys. On my side, I opened the second lot by turning the alarm on again. In light of Holmes' explanation, I began to see my actions during this episode from quite another angle. I was troubled by the way that he had used me without having any idea of my time, of the duplicity of my actions. I interrupted his monologue to refer to the guards who had not realized what was happening, and who were occupied with restraining the Flint brothers. Holmes continued, exactly. So there was only one obstacle in front of Shielman. Warden banishing the reception desk at the front of the building. I answered again, but it was the director who summoned him and so insistently, Holmes. You won't have me believe that it was an accomplice of escape. Of course not. I provoked director's rage towards Brington. Too impatient, I could not stop myself from asking. I discovered Jenny Peterson or lovers. I knew the doctor did not have any idea about the affair, so he would surely fall into a foul rage if he found out. I asked him if that was the reason behind Miss Peterson's summons. Yes, she knew that I had opened her locket to find the guard duty list, so she knew that I was aware of her affair with Brington. Bringing the guy. She wanted to make sure that I would not say anything. I pointed out they had been rather unfeeling on his part to have told the director everything, reminding him of his promise to the young woman. He denied it in a somewhat hypocritical manner. I did not say anything. I simply left the lovers' letters inside the urgent correspondence box of the secretary's office, knowing that they would be delivered to him in a few minutes later, thereby provoking his anger. Wow, Holmes. The director shouted at Brington, who rushed off to the secretary's office. Shielman now had nothing to stand between him and the front door. Another question led to my mind, and not the least important one. Why did he not simply run away once he was outside? Why did he wait? I was not disappointed by my friend's answer. It's evident, my dear Watson, he did not run away. If he did not run away, then it was only thanks to the aforementioned step ahead of which I told you. It gave me enough time to write a letter of recommendation for O'Sullivan with the poisoned pen. It was in the pocket of the uniform. Shielman could not resist reading it when he found it. But what was written on the letter? Not very much, just congratulations on your escape. Wait for me here. I gaped at him, and that is how the first and only escape from the most inviolable prison in the kingdom came to pass. A scenario which, without doubt, would have proven to be the focus of the police colleagues' studies for a long time to come, as one of the most extraordinary escapes in the history of modern prisons. Okay, that was pretty cool. That was pretty cool. Gotta admit.
We have arrived.
The bishop's nephew lives here.
Yes, he rents a ground floor room.
Alright, and I think we will stop for here for today. We made pretty good progress around here. I got about maybe 3 like 15 minutes worth of recording time here, plus that long discussion. So having finished that up, we will stop for now, and obviously save. Oh, did I save in a new spot? I think I did. Nope, saved in the same spot, looks like. Look here. Yep. Oh, no, I did save in a new spot. Okay. Alright, so that said, we will check back in next time when we will investigate the reoccurrence. We will check about well, wherever the hell we are here now. I think we're going after the nephew. So we will continue on with that next time on Let's Play Sherlock Holmes, the Testament of Sherlock Holmes. Excuse me. Catch you later, everybody.